What's up everyone, it's your boy King of Cookies back with another one, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a second part to the original Poppy Playtime collab in Fortnite. The first one was pretty lackluster, only having Huggy, a couple emotes, and a backbling. But this one, we're going all in, with chapter 5 characters and other stuff like that. So first up on the list, we're going to be going over new cosmetics. So, this update can come with a ton of cosmetics, as Poppy Playtime is known for its variety of characters. Now, they could make the sort of withered or ruined Huggy Wuggy a separate style. Excuse me, by the way, a separate style for the original Huggy Wuggy skin, or they can make it a just straight up separate skin. Now, they're probably gonna make it a separate skin because they're Epic Games, and like they said themselves, rent is due. But hopefully they actually make it just a style and not a completely new skin. Next up, we have the player. That would be a cool cosmetic because we only have Huggy Wuggy and we don't have the player. But the player is the main character of the entire story. So it wouldn't make sense if we got Huggy and not his main rival. I don't know how they would do it, but they have to bring the prototype in as some way. Whether that be his hand as a sidekick, which would kind of be awesome. Just imagine it's just a shadow with his hand coming out of it and he crawls against the ground. But they probably wouldn't do that. But that would be cool. Maybe his hand is a backbling or a pickaxe. You never know with Epic Games, because with the new direction they're taking with Chapter 7, I feel like they're trying to bring it back to their old Chapter 2 and Chapter 1 days, and something wacky like that would fit their new aesthetic. Now, one thing they could do is add a sort of meme skin, where it's basically a humanoid version of what we thought the prototype would be. But of course they'd have to add the Jester stuff. Now, do I think they do this? Absolutely not. They could just have the Jester upper body and some scrap lower parts, because they have to add the prototype in some way, right? Because he's just too cool to not add to Fortnite. Now, what they really could do is mythics, because man, with the mythics in this game go so hard, because there are just so many things you can pull from, like Huggy's strength, Mommy Longlegs' extended arm, Lily Lovebraid's hair, Doughy's dough. There's so much you can do. In my personal opinion, it should be centered around gaining parts for the prototype. There'll be 3 main locations, each with their own toy, boss, and challenges you have to complete to get that specific toy part. For example, Huggy, you'd have to go to that same, you have to go to the main factory area and fight Huggy, just like you do in the main game. And there are 2 Huggies. When you beat the first one, you get the mythic and you can move on. But about a couple minutes later, a ruined one will spawn and fight whoever else is there, giving a second person the chance to get his mythic. What is his mythic, you ask? It's just a really strong sweep, just like Deku Smash, except it charges up faster, but does way less damage, and is way less overpowered. Now, I just want to preface this before I move on to the rest of the mythics. Every time you enter one of these locations, the prototype tasks you with collecting these parts, which is why you're doing it in the first place. Kissy Missy's mythic is the exact same as Huggy Wuggy's, a massive slam that does less damage than Deku's but charges up faster. So basically how you get it is a bit different than Huggy Wuggy's. You just have to do some tasks for her and then bam, you get it and the prototype is proud. Now, what Mommy Longlegs does is basically you get there, it's the game station. All you have to do is essentially just complete her games and then do one big boss fight, and yeah, you have it. You have Mommy Longlegs' arm. You have her part is basically just the grapple blade. You can swing it around for offense and use it as a grapple for mobility. Once you have all 3 parts, the prototype will then summon and he will merge with the parts, giving him his iconic look from the series, and you become the prototype. With all 3 of the mythic's abilities, enhanced speed, enhanced size, enhanced health, enhanced literally everything. Now, this whole prototype getting the parts thing, we could just make it an LTM, but I don't really care how they do this, as long as they do something like this, because there is so much potential with what they can do with this franchise. So that'll be it for today's video. It wasn't my favorite to make, and it's just not my favorite in general, but I feel like this is a concept that needs to be brought up because it has a ton of potential with what they can do with it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.